What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to teach you how to do the heel side backside 360. Before we get this video started, I just wanted to say this video is sponsored by Centurion Boats and Hyperlight Wakeboards. The tricks you're going to want to already know how to do before doing the heel side backside 360 would basically just be a heel side wake to wake jump. Something that could help but isn't necessary is a heel side wake to wake backside 180. This might help you a little bit with like being more patient so you don't spin too early. But yeah, that's pretty much the main two tricks that you're going to want to probably know. And yeah, they should make the trick a little bit easier. When approaching this trick, you're going to want to probably be about 3/4 of the way possible away from the wake, maybe even halfway possible. You don't need to be super far out there, but just a somewhat good distance from there. Make sure you gradually get on edge, do a nice progressive edge on the way in. Now that you've started your nice progressive edge on the way in towards the wake, the speed you're going to want to edge is probably like a more mellowish to mediumish kind of edge. You don't want to edge super hard because you want to go perfectly straight up, straight down, wake to wake. Now that you're approaching the wake, make sure you edge all the way up through the very top of it. But as you approach the bottom of the wake, make sure you're nice and squatted. And as you get closer and closer towards the top, that's when you're going to want to push more and more and more so you can get that maximum straight up, straight down pop. Now that you have released from the wake and gotten your pop, that's when you can start to initiate your backside 360 rotation. Make sure you fully release before you start doing that rotation. Otherwise, you could get kicked sort of off axis or spun weirdly in the air to where you could crash pretty hard. So now that you've released from the wake, you can start pulling that handle all the way over to your front hip. Release with your back hand and start turning away from the boat. Start turning your upper body away from the boat. Turn those shoulders. Make sure you turn your head as well to really get that backside 360 rotation initiated. Now that your rotation has been started, make sure you keep your head looking over your rear shoulder to continue that rotation all the way around. Make sure you start looking for that handle really early with your rear hand. Make sure you try and get that handle nice and early, because once you have that handle and your head is already looking in this direction, all it is from there is to continue to pull this handle around and whip your body all the way around the rest of the 360. Now that you have that handle in this hand, you can continue your rotation by pulling this handle all the way over to your front hip again. It'll really help you whip that 360 all the way around. And since you have the handle nice and early and you have turned your head already, it'll be really easy to spot your landing right here. Pull that handle all the way over to your hip again. Bend your knees on impact and just right away, edging away from the boat on your heels. Some of the main problems I see people having with the backside 360 is basically that they tend to actually case the wake. The reason this usually is happening is because they back off their edge, and it might help them get the handle pass easier. Then they do lose the distance and they end up casing the wake. So just really make sure you edge all the way up to the top of the wake, then you'll get that distance you need to go all the way wake to wake. Another problem I see people having with this trick is they tend to get sort of kicked off axis or under axis. Usually this is happening because they start to spin too early off of the wake. So really make sure that you wait till you pop and get in the air before you initiate your rotation. This will really help you stay on axis and keep you from crashing pretty hard. I'm just going to give you a quick little summary of the heel side backside 360. Basically, you're going to want to get a nice distance away from the wakes, do a nice progressive edge back in, a mellowish to mediumish edge in towards the wake. Make sure you edge all the way in through the very top of the wake. Make sure you're nice and low and standing taller and taller towards the top to make sure you get that maximum push to get that straight up, straight down pop. Once you have released from the wake, that's when you can start initiating your rotation. You can really start to turn these shoulders towards the backside away from the boat. Also, make sure you turn your head and start pulling that front hand towards your lower back. Make sure you reach for this handle once the rotation has been initiated. Grab that handle nice and early. Since you are rotating backside and you're looking over your shoulder, you'll be able to spot the water a lot earlier than on, say, a frontside 360. Once you've spotted the water, you can continue pulling this handle over to your front hip again to make sure you whip that 360 all the way around. Make sure you've spotted the landing, bend your knees on impact, and right away, edging away from the boat on your heels. That's how you do a heel side, backside 360. If you have any questions with this trick or any problems, make sure you comment them down below and I can try and help you out. Also, if you are really struggling with this trick, make sure you send me a DM on Instagram and I'll try my best to get back to you and help you out with your trick as much as I possibly can. Also, if you guys like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Comment below on what kind of videos you guys want to see in the future and make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.